The idea review has just been released on Amazon and it has received mixed reviews. You either love it and are empowered by the fact that a 40-year-old woman is dating a younger guy, or you either find it just a cringe fest of a movie. Unfortunately for me, it is leaning towards more of the cringe fest, which is unfortunate because the premise itself is actually quite interesting and compelling, yet this felt so surface level. I'm going to take you through the reasons why I don't think this movie works at all. Now, I personally have not read the books, but I have ordered it because now I'm interested in reading the book. So be sure to subscribe to this channel if you want to see that reaction where we compare the book and the movie. If you did like the movie, I'm so happy for you and I'm so happy you found a movie that you enjoyed. Okay, with that out the way, let me get to the reasons why this movie was kind of bad. The character of Hayes. They literally took Harry Styles, stripped him of all his charm and charisma, and you get the character of Hayes in the idea review. I don't want to blame the actor here because I just felt like he wasn't given that much material to work with. What makes any romance movie super iconic is the guy has to be this dream-worthy, swoon-worthy, handsome, complex character that we all fall in love with, and we understand why the main female character also falls in love with him. And the chemistry is off the chart, but unfortunately in this movie, there is none of that. I mean, this guy is singing into a chicken wing. I mean, is that supposed to be hot, sexy? The biggest thing for me is I just don't see how someone as successful and smart and gorgeous as Celine would be interested in this guy. Like, I get that he's a celebrity, but it just doesn't seem like he meets her on an intellectual level at all. So there's this shot in the movie where they're all on this private jet and all of them are drinking and partying vibes, and we've just have Anne Hathaway's character sitting there with a book in her hand. I mean, that would be my worst nightmare, being surrounded by those who are way younger than me, partying while I'm just trying to enjoy my book, god damn it. The other thing about his character is that he whines about being this boy band star that makes him millions and millions of dollars, obviously. I mean, it just doesn't stick the landing. I feel like a better storyline to make his character a lot more interesting is perhaps they could have shown him actively working on like solo music, and perhaps he's fighting with this label to be able to trial out this new sound he's been thinking of doing. But he gets a lot of pushback because, as we know, how these boy bands are, they're very manufactured, these girl bands and these boy bands, they're very manufactured. So it would have been interesting to see him try to step out of that more in the film versus whining about his favorite artist inviting him to his house to take pictures with his daughter. Is that really so bad? I just think he fell so flat as the main love interest. But I'll tell you what does save this movie, Anne Hathaway. So if it wasn't for Anne Hathaway, I think I would have turned this movie off midway through. She really just steals every scene she is in. Looks great, the fashion is great, the hair, the fringe. I even thought to myself, ooh, could I pull off this fringe? And then I realized, oh wait, you do not look like Anne Hathaway. I totally get why Hayes would be into her. She's really successful. She's got her own business. We love that. Passionate about what she does. And the bonus is, yeah, she's hot. Anne Hathaway's acting and commitment to the character is miles ahead of the actor who plays Hayes. Goes to show when you're older, you have more experience, you're better at what you do. In this case, it's Anne Hathaway's acting chops. And I think I saw in an interview that people were saying, why would you do this movie, Anne? It's so beneath you. And she literally was saying, stuff that, I want to do something fun. And you could tell she was having fun, and it was actually enjoyable to watch her on screen, exploring more of the age gap. The only thing they really delve into with the age gap is, oh, she's a cougar. Okay. I think what's interesting about big age gap relationships is the fact that these two people are in very different stages of their life. At 24, you're still a baby. And apparently they aged him up actually in the movie. In the book, apparently he's 20. So when you're in your 20s, you're inexperienced. You don't really know who you want to be yet. You're exploring different avenues in your life. You know, life in your 20s is a unique experience where you learn a lot about yourself as a person. But when you're 40, you've been through all this and you're a lot more mature. You have a better understanding of who you are and the world around you and what you want in life. And again, we see that in Celine because she's got a successful business, right? She's got a daughter. I would have liked to explore, would Hayes have been comfortable being this stepfather to her daughter? But the only interaction they have is at a fan meet and greet. Does he want kids in the future? Would Celine be able to give that to him? These are things I would have liked discussed more because I think that's really interesting. When we look at celebrity age gap relationships, there's always drama behind it because of these things I've just said. There's this thing going online that people are happy there's finally a movie where an older woman gets with a younger guy and that's celebrated because usually it isn't celebrated. But if it was the other way around, a guy getting, a 40-year-old guy getting with a 24-year-old girl, that's celebrated. But is it though? I don't think so. I think when we see a much older guy get with a much younger girl, in the comments of a lot of things, it's like, he's grooming her, he's taking advantage of her. I don't think it's celebrated. Maybe perhaps you could say it's celebrated amongst men. It's like, oh yeah, you're dating a younger girl, good on you. But I think in the bigger scheme of things, it isn't. And why isn't it? Because it's just weird. It is concerning. I feel like this movie glosses over that. Overall, I would give the movie a 4 or 5 out of 10. Anne Hathaway is the shining moment in this film, but the story kind of sucks. The main love interest, Hayes, is terrible. So let's hope that when I read the book, it's a lot better. We are transforming book club one presentation at a time. We make ready-made creative guides for fun, unforgettable discussions that you can use within your book club. All you have to do is head to our website, browse our collection. Samantha, you've used one of the book club presentation guides. How was it?
It was really great. It was really fun. I think it was really nice to just have a bunch of discussion questions there for us, so we didn't our discussion never faltered or had any random pauses and we tried to think about what to do next because we could just go to the next slide and the next question.
Make sure to check that out in the description below.